Megan had been the one who pushed for the trip. "We need to get out of the city," she'd said, wrapping her arms around Noah from behind as he stood in their tiny kitchen. "No phones, no planning, no wedding stress. Just us." Now, 3 days later, they were 5 hours into the return drive, and the tension that had been waiting all weekend like a low-burning fuse was beginning to hiss. "I told you we should have stopped for gas an hour ago," Noah said, glancing down at the dashboard. The fuel gauge had dipped below empty. "There hasn't been a station in miles." "I thought we had enough," Megan muttered. She sat cross-legged in the passenger seat, staring out the window. Her hair was still damp from the creek where they'd washed off that morning. "Besides, you could have stopped too." Noah didn't reply. The trees pressed in tighter on either side of the narrow two-lane road, dark green and thick, casting shadows that danced over the hood of the car. They were somewhere between mountain towns, where phone reception came and went like a breath, and the sun had started dipping low behind the peaks. The car shuddered. Noah's hands tightened on the wheel. Shit! Another sputter, and the engine stammered. The power steering stiffened. Megan turned to him sharply. "We're not." The car coasted to a stop by a rusted mile marker that read 118. Nothing else. Just trees. The hum of insects. Silence. Noah exhaled through his nose and opened the door. "Pop the hood." "What are you going to do?" Megan asked, arms folded. "Check if it's something else. Maybe the fuel gauge's off." "It's not. I told you this thing needs servicing." "You never listen." Noah paused. "Right. Because this is my fault." "I didn't say that," she replied, but her voice had that edge again. That weekend had been full of those edges, of long silences, of words left halfway said. He stepped out without answering and propped open the hood. Megan watched him from her seat, chin resting in her palm. The ring on her finger felt heavier somehow. 10 minutes later, Noah slammed the hood shut. "It's the fuel. We're dry." "Great. We'll have to walk." "To where?" She got out, looking around. The road curved ahead into a dense cluster of trees. No sign of a house, a gas station, or even another car. "We haven't seen anything for over an hour." Noah pulled his backpack out from the back seat. "We'll follow the road. Maybe we passed something not too far back." Megan hesitated, then grabbed her sweater and water bottle. She glanced once more at the car, lifeless and half-tucked in the ditch like a forgotten relic. They walked. At first, they kept a brisk pace. Noah walked a few feet ahead, silent. Megan followed, her footsteps crunching gravel. "How long until we get somewhere?" she asked after maybe 20 minutes. "No idea. We could try to flag someone down. No one's come by in over an hour." "I'm aware." The sun dipped lower. The shadows got longer. The air grew cooler, damp with the scent of pine and moss. Megan's legs ached. Her phone showed 1 bar, not enough to call, barely enough for a message that failed to send. "Remember when we broke down outside Myrtle Creek last summer?" she asked suddenly. Noah glanced over his shoulder. "Yeah. We fought about that too." "That was different." "Was it?" He stopped walking. "What are you trying to say, Meg?" She stopped too. "I don't know. Just that maybe we keep having the same fights. We're tired. We're stressed. That's normal." "Is it?" "Because I feel like everything lately ends in silence or sarcasm." He looked at her for a long moment. His face softened, but only slightly. "We'll talk when we get back. Just, let's deal with this first." They kept walking. The road twisted around a bend, and up ahead was something, a weathered wooden sign, almost invisible under layers of dirt and vines. Noah moved closer and wiped it with his sleeve. Briar Glen, 1.5 miles. Megan squinted. What is that? A town. Maybe. It's something. It took them 40 more minutes to reach it. Briar Glen was barely a place at all. A few run-down buildings huddled together, some boarded, others leaning sideways with age. There was a faded post office, an old general store with a broken window, and across the cracked road, a tiny chapel with a crooked steeple. "This place looks abandoned," Megan whispered. "Someone might still live here," Noah said, though without much conviction. They stepped cautiously into the general store first. The inside smelled of dust and mildew. Shelves still held expired cans and faded boxes. An old cash register sat rusted and open, its drawer hanging limp. Noah knocked on the counter. "Hello." Silence. They tried the chapel next. The heavy door creaked as it opened. Inside, wooden pews sat in dusty rows, and a beam of light cut through a broken window, casting long rays across the pulpit. "Creepy," Megan murmured. "I don't think anyone's been here in years." Just then, something moved. It was faint, a shuffling sound from the far side of the room. Noah froze. "Did you hear that?" Megan nodded slowly. "Let's go." As they turned, a voice called out, "You lost." They spun. An old man stood in the doorway behind them. He was thin, sun-worn, wearing a tan work jacket and holding a small flashlight. "We ran out of gas," Noah said quickly. "Car broke down a few miles back. We were hoping to find help." The man nodded once. "Ain't many left around here to help. But I got gas." He turned and walked away, expecting them to follow. Megan hesitated. "Should we?" "What choice do we have?" They followed him through a narrow path that veered behind the chapel and deeper into the woods. A half-collapsed house appeared after a few minutes. The roof sagged, and the windows were black. But smoke rose from a chimney pipe. The man pointed to a rusted shed nearby. "Got a tank in there. I'll fill up a can." Inside the shed, tools hung neatly on pegboards. A generator hummed in the corner. The man pulled out a red gas can and unscrewed the top of the tank. "How far back's your car?" 5-6 miles, Noah said. "Take this." The man handed over the can. "Enough to get you back to a real town." Megan noticed the man hadn't asked for money, hadn't even asked for names. "Thank you," she said. The man nodded. "Careful driving back. Road gets strange at night." They didn't ask what he meant. As they walked back toward the main road, Megan kept glancing behind them. "That didn't feel right." "What do you mean?" "I don't know. Something was off." Noah shifted the heavy gas can in his hand. "Let's just get to the car." They reached it just before full dark. Noah poured in the fuel, then slid into the driver's seat and turned the key. The engine coughed, sputtered, then roared to life. Relief washed over them both. "Let's go," Megan said. The car eased back onto the road. The headlights carved narrow tunnels through the trees. After maybe 15 minutes, Megan looked out and frowned. Wasn't that sign back there the same one? "What sign?" "The one that said Mile 118. Noah shook his head. "No. We already passed that one." Megan didn't answer. But 5 minutes later, another marker appeared. Mile 118. They both saw it. Noah slowed the car. "That doesn't make sense." "We've been going straight," Megan said. "We didn't turn around." He checked the compass app on his phone. It spun slowly, unable to settle. They kept driving. 10 more minutes. Mile 118. "No," Megan whispered. Noah pulled over and killed the engine. The woods felt closer now, more oppressive. The wind had stopped. Even the insects were silent. "We're in some kind of loop," she said. "That's impossible." They sat in silence, staring ahead. Then, headlights appeared in the rearview mirror. A pickup truck, its lights yellowed and flickering, pulled up behind them. The door opened. It was the old man. "Lost?" he asked again. Noah got out. "We're stuck. We keep passing the same marker." The man looked past him, eyes distant. "Some roads don't like to let go." "What the hell does that mean?" The man walked closer. "This place, Briar Glen, it wasn't always abandoned. There was a fire, years ago. People left. But not everyone made it out." Megan stepped out of the car. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying some places remember things. And if you're not careful, they remember you too." Noah looked at him like he was crazy. "That's not." A sudden shriek split the silence. It wasn't animal. It wasn't human. It was wrong. The man didn't flinch. "Go. Now. Don't stop. Don't look back." Noah grabbed Megan's hand and they ran to the car. The engine turned over on the first try this time. They sped off, headlights cutting through the dark. The mile markers blurred past. They didn't speak until they reached a lit intersection. A gas station. Civilization. Noah parked in front of the pumps and slumped forward, breathing hard. Megan stared at her reflection in the side mirror. Pale, wide-eyed, her heart still thudding. "You okay?" Noah asked. She turned to him slowly. "Did that just happen?" He didn't answer. They filled the tank in silence. When Noah went in to pay, the cashier, a woman in her 50s, looked at him curiously. "You come from the mountain road?" "Yeah. Car broke down earlier." She nodded slowly. "That old road's not used much anymore. They say it's haunted." Noah forced a laugh. "We didn't see any ghosts." She didn't smile. Back in the car, Megan watched the mountains behind them shrink in the distance. They didn't speak of it again. They made it home just before sunrise. And 3 weeks later, when they sent out their wedding invites, they changed one thing: the location. No cabins. No isolated lodges. Just a simple ceremony in the city. Some places remember things, the man had said. And Megan, every so often, still dreamed of mile 118.